Welcome back to LKS Climbing. Today we're not just climbing or talking about climbing centres, we're going to give you some practice drills, some awesome tips and tricks to make sure you become the best footwork placer in your gym. By the end of today you'll have lots of drills so you can trust your feet. Let's go and find out the first thing we need to do. Drill number one is about the silent dance. What I'm going to get you to do, jump on the bouldering wall and see how quietly you can place your feet. I'm actually going to clip the mic to my shoes so you can see how quietly I'm going to aim. This is a great drill to start your warm-up with on those easier climbs, real silent feet being super accurate.
Bad footwork. I'm talking to my foot now, so we want our feet to be as quiet as possible. So that's why we put the mic down there. So when I put my feet on the wall, if I do that, you'll hear it massively. It might sound really terrible.
Step two for trusting your feet is about understanding the different types of footholds that you're going to need to utilize on the wall. Each hold has a story to tell, and we want to acquaint ourselves with that story, understand how it wants us to be and how we're meant to move with those holds. The drill that I'm going to get you to do to try different holds and understand their story is the different foothold game. You're going to go and make yourself an own route up on the wall, but each hold has to be different. So you've got to go for a volume, a small foothold, a big foothold, one that's like this, one that's like that, and build your route, trying to see how you can move differently on all of those footholds. Game number two is about building your own route. So I'm going to build my route in this section of wall. I've picked this because we've got boxes / volumes to smear on. We've got kind of holds that push us to the side. We've got some smaller holds, and I'm just going to work my way up this route, trying to utilize all these different holds and these different angles. I'm not that fussed on how hard the route is. It's more about just getting on the holds and feeling what it's like. So I'm going to start by getting on this box here, okay, working my way on, and then I'm actually going to transition into kind of like this slopey, quite big hold. And then I'm going to try and get my little foot up to there, which feels like a little foot when you're starting, but it's really not that small. Don't be afraid to do some foot swaps, getting on the different box. And we're going to finish by going for this really small hold here. Again, I'm not fussed where my hands go. It's more about just trying those different footholds, feeling how they feel. On the way down, I'm going to try again, different holds at different angles. Starting to feel, oh, that's a dual text hold. That's not very nice. Having a feel about what's different where. Number three is about mastering the different footwork techniques. I want to talk to you about three today: edging, smearing, and toe hooking. These will give you a great little starter into the different foothold styles that we're going to go for. So edging, as it sounds, is where you put the edge of your climbing shoe on a hold. This is a great way for building tension close up to the wall and if you're traversing along the thing. Smearing is where you put your foot on the wall, but not on a hold. You can do this on a volume or just on a wall. This is a great way to build tension, create an intermediate foot, and it's actually a really nice way to trust your feet. Because when you're smearing on a volume, as much as it feels really dodgy, you need to trust that footwork, and it requires you to place the whole of your sole of your foot onto the volume. Toe hooking sounds what it sounds like. It's where you stick the toe box of your climbing shoe in and around the hold to create tension. A good thing to remember is you want to pull with your leg muscles, with your quads and your hamstrings on that toe. Don't just stick it in there and hold it, because that way you won't actually be able to use it. It might look pretty, but toe hooks are really useful if you engage your legs. The drill to understand different types of foot movements is to go and find those routes. Go and find a slab route where you have to smear on blocks. Go and find small routes that have little holds on where you can only put the edge of your shoe, and go and find a route or create a route that has a toe hook in that you can really move through the toe hook. To try these different types of footholds in this practice drill number 3, you don't necessarily need the smaller holds. So I'm going to put my edge of my foot on these minty coloured heres and feel the difference. And you can see straight away that when I put my edge of my foot into the wall, my hip goes into the wall, creates a really nice balanced position. A corner is a great place to try and smear, you know. I can work my way up this corner by just smearing. The key with the smear is to get the whole foot onto the wall. So the whole of the foot. The more rubber contact you have, the more placement you've got on the wall. And finally, for the toe hook, again, just going to try and find a hold that's quite big that I can toe hook onto, something I can pull. So here, this toe hook would not be useful. I'm not doing anything, even though I've put my toe on. For the toe hook, I'm looking to create the tension that allows me to sort of sit there and hold my feet. So all my tension here is in my quad and my hamstring pulling my toe into the wall, which has allowed me to release this left hand. Tip number 4, it's about understanding body position and balance. When you're on the wall and you're using your feet, where you put your body weight is really important to how you can move through and around the wall. There's a sweet spot between moving too much and not moving at all. This drill is going to help you understand that. This drill is called glued foot. You're going to go on the wall and you're going to place your foot on a hold, and it's now not allowed to move until you're able to move onto the next move. As in, you cannot bounce your foot in and around the hold. So wherever you find it, it's stuck there. This will force you to have to move through that hold, change your position to really utilize that foothold. Do this all the way up the route. You can even do this back as you climb down. It's a great way. You'll start to feel where's the tension, where's the balance, where's the position. I want to glue my feet onto the hold. A lot of people, when they first put their foot on the hold, are going to bounce around. What we're going to do now is we're going to glue our feet. So as soon as they go on the wall, they're stuck. I've got to move my body to create more space and shape. So as soon as I put it on, it's stuck. Obviously, when I come to move my next foot, it's going to be there as well. So it's now down, slightly further on. I've got to deal with that foot placement. I'm moving my body weight around the wall to actually create the position I want to be in. Not moving my feet. So we've learned about our feet. We've learned about the different hold types we're going to use on our feet. We've learned about the body position. Now it's time to actually trust those feet and trust what we've learned. This is about intentional practice to make your feet aware, like your hands in your movement, make yourself aware of where your feet are, what they're doing, and actually learn that it's okay to use them and stand and trust them. The drill to trust your feet is called perfect precision. What you're going to do is you're going to get one of your friends or someone down the climbing center to mark some positions on some holds. You're then going to aim for those. Make these positions progressively smaller the harder you work your way through the drill, and you will slowly intentionally place your feet there and start to trust them. The precision footwork drill, there's some crosses on the wall that we've put in here. What we want you to do is you're going to not just put your foot on the hold where the cross is, you're going to put your foot on the cross, then on the hold. You want to get right into the cross. I don't want to see you going. Really key that we go on the hold. And I'm going to make it harder for myself by starting way away from the crosses. I'm going to go cross, hold. This time we'll go the other foot. So my body weight position here is going to be really key. I'm going to go cross, hold. Where's the next one? The next one's here. Made this really hard for ourselves. I'm going to go cross, hold. So that one for me wasn't great. Over here, cross. Oh, I missed. Hold. This one's quite a hard drill, but it's great because you can build up to it. You can slowly make it harder and easier for yourself. So this one, really easy. My body weight's in the right position. The final tip today is about visualization and actually having the mental game to trust your feet. We've learned how our feet work, where they go, what they do, and we're intentionally practicing to put them places, but we need to practice how we understand the foot before we get on the wall. So for this practice, I want you to take an easy climb, climb it, jump off, reclimb it in your head, so visualize it and then climb it again. Then move on to the next route and start doing some visualization. Close your eyes, get on the floor, climb your way through it. You might look like a numpty, but this is a great way to start to visualize and route read on the wall. One beautiful thing of doing this is when you're actually on the wall, you will recall the move that you've done and you'll remember, I need to smear on that left volume, or I need to do a toe hook now to create the body tension, the balance I need. This pink route behind me is a competition route. Quite bouncy, it's quite movey, so I'm going to visualize the way I climb my way through it, get my mental game in. So I'm literally going to go on the floor and I'm going to get all my limbs and feet free. I'm going to go, right, this is the start. We slowly work our way up the climb. Now you might not be able to get it right and you might have no idea what the moves are. So one thing you can do to learn how to visualize is climb something, come back off the floor and visualize that. We'll do that together. So now we've climbed it, we're going to re-go through and visualize that, because that wasn't quite what I saw. So I start on the heart start holds and I stood up, then I got my hands across, got my foot across, went up, then dropped my right foot up to build some more tension, then finally went to the final hump. There you have it, everything you need to practice and trust your feet. Go away, practice those drills. Let me know down below, what are the things that you want to see more of in our channel as we're growing? Which exercises did you do the most? I will admit, if you see me in a climbing centre, I'm always working on my footwork, and Lawrence, who's also part of the channel, let's just say he has no rubber left on the front of his shoes because his footwork needs a lot of work. So we're going to be watching this video ourselves, especially over the winter break, and learning to trust our feet and work much better together. See you on the flip side, guys. Thank you for another LKS video. Do the things.